Hello, visionaries. Welcome to Visionary Live. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Gurleen, also known as Biz Coach Gurleen on social media. I am a social media manager turned coach, and I teach you guys how to activate your audience by becoming the authority online and selling out your offers in the process. We are coming to you from the couch today because the fan is here and I'm going to be near the fan, okay? Welcome to Visionary Live. If this is your first live, let me know in the comments. Say hello. I want to see who you guys are. The last live reached a lot of people. We reached about like 400 people with that live, which I thought was really incredible and really cool. So I want to see you guys. I want to actually talk to you guys and know who you are and chat it up. But today's live is all about how I went from thinking university was my only option to succeed to dropping out and starting a business. Now, this is a huge decision to make, especially when no one in your family had ever not even gone to post secondary school. So the way that I was raised, I was very, very grateful. Everyone on my mother's side of the family who I was more close to growing up, they all went to post-secondary school. They all like did something with their lives. They all kind of just went for whatever they were going for by going to university or going to college in the the process. And I always, and even the people that I surrounded myself with in grade 12, in high school, they all went were going to university. It was never even in my mind that post-secondary was not an option or that I wouldn't go. I was very, very privileged in that sense because I know a lot of people have to question that because of their finances and everything. But it was kind of already laid out for me. And I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And also in that process, I would go for the best option, which would have the best paying job because I was always a high achiever. If I'm going to go for something, I'm going to do it right, right? Like that. Let me know if you guys relate to that. And then I went ahead and I went for it like you do. You go for your goals. And I was about my first year in. I also moved out. I moved out to go to the university I wanted to go to because that was where I was accepted into the program that I wanted to be accepted into. I just felt like the program I wanted to be accepted into was going to be my key like way to make money and to have a successful career. So I moved out in order to go to that school and have that education. And then 1 year in, it was rough. I wasn't prepared for university. I wasn't prepared to live on my own. I was also struggling with some mental health issues that were repressed and that I didn't know existed until I got to university. So I was dealing with all of that all at once. All the while dealing with family issues too. Just everything you could imagine was thrown at me. So what did I do? I I struggled. I struggled. And eventually I found my feet. I found a balance in studying and getting good grades and all of that fun stuff. But when COVID hit, I was like, okay, so this is what's being faced. This is what I'm faced with. And I just thought it was absolutely ridiculous. The online schooling system and the way that they did not decrease the amount of weight that our tests had, that our exams had, even though we were online, I thought was ridiculous, because there were some teachers that weren't even recording their lectures. There were some teachers that weren't even going live. It made no sense to me. I'm like, we're dealing with a lockdown in real life, and you guys aren't even giving us a break. And the thing was that my grades were really important to me. It was really important for me to keep them high, to keep them at a high average, to figure out what I was going to do for the rest of my life. But I didn't even know where to go forward, because I didn't know how long we were going to be shut down. And that was my third year. So I was actually pretty um like ready to start like volunteering and finding those experiences, but I couldn't because of COVID. So I was like, okay, like this online schooling system is kind of like ridiculous the way that they're doing it. I'm starting to realize my school system in particular, the university I went to, was more so a business than anything. There were other experiences that I had experienced where I was like, oh my God. The moment I realized that the universities were businesses and not were businesses before education systems blew my freaking mind. The way that they would increase the tuition 2% every single year for no reason whatsoever. Like just so many things. I was like, they're a business? And that's when I started realizing more about businesses. And long story short, I was scrolling on TikTok and I found these two ladies who were uh, talking about running an online business, and they made me feel like I could do it because they were close to me in age when they started. And I just saw all of their results and everything they were able to do. And I was like, that is so amazing. I want to do that. So I asked my mom for money to buy their course. I, I, I sold my mom on why she should buy the course for me. Like, I'm actually crazy. I think I've been a seller my whole life. I sold my mom on why she should buy me the course by saying, I've always had an interest for business. And none of it was untrue. I wasn't manipulating it whatsoever. But my mom did have to understand why I wanted to buy this course and not focus on my biology degree. So I said, I've always been interested in business. You know, if I do this, then it will allow me to get that out of the way or learn more about it and expand my skills or knowledge or something. I don't know what I said. I came up with this whole like sales script essentially on why she should buy it for me. And then she like hesitantly um got like bought it for me. And then I went into the course and started learning about it. And social media marketing, out of all they had all these online business concepts that you could do. And I kind of tried all of them a little bit. And social media marketing caught my eye. So, ooh, somebody's here. Oh, no, they're gone. I was like, ooh, somebody's here. Come and talk. Um, and yeah, so I learned all about them, in social media marketing caught my eye. So I learned more about it that summer. And then as I went into September, I figured out what I had to do to make that kind of happen, because I was like, well, I want to try this. I could be really good at this. And it's so creative and it's so fun. And like, how cool if I could sign a client. So really, I had nothing to lose. So I was like, I'm just going to cold call a bunch of people. There was no weight or pressure on making it happen, because I was like, I'm going to try this while studying. I'm going to take like one less class. I'm going to take 3 courses the first semester, and I'm going to let myself try this just to say that I gave it a shot and it didn't work out. I was almost trying to prove to myself that it wouldn't work out, so that I would feel more secure in the direction I was going in. Like, how funny is that? So I was trying to prove to myself that it wouldn't work out by going all in on it. I don't know, guys. That's how my brain worked at the time. And lo and behold, first week of cold calls. It's hello, I'm here. Oh, hi, Blank Hole. Nice to meet you. um, it seems like you couldn't see my message. I see it now. I couldn't see you in the like how many people are watching, but I see you now. Hello. Hopefully you're interested in learning about business. Let me know if you have any questions about my story or anything. And in the process of, okay, great. In the process of, are you in university right now, Blank Hole? I would love to know. Are you younger? Have you not started? Or are you in the process of, maybe trying business? Or I graduated in 2021. Cool. Are you interested in business? Um, in that process of learning about all of those concepts and trying to force myself into that situation to prove myself wrong, I ended up proving myself right. That first week of cold calling, I signed my first client. I landed my first meeting. And following that, I secured the client. And I was like, wow. I did tell myself that if I was able to make it happen, I would actually go all in, because I'm that type of all or nothing person. So I was like, I'm gonna go all in if this works. I'm an entrepreneur, couch, working in multiple countries. Cool. That's awesome. Good for you. That's incredible. Entrepreneur couch. I'm assuming you're working from the couch. I'm working from the couch right now too. Um, that's awesome. That's awesome, Blank Hole. Congratulations. Um, and so I made it happen. And in that process, I went all in. And I had so much faith that it would work out, you guys. I stopped studying for those exams that winter that were coming up. I my my partner who was like studying with me was like, are you crazy? Like, what are you doing? You're like barely studying. You're like barely focused on these. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do the basics. I'm gonna study like the basics for the exam, but all the other time I was working on my business. And then lo and behold, I was like, I'm going all in. I'm taking a break. I literally told everyone in my life I was taking a break from my um, degree, knowing very well I was not going back. And then it happened. Yeah, here we are 4 years later. Honestly, I went all in that January to April semester. I wasn't even in school, and I signed like 4 to 5 clients. I would say I was working with 4 different people, and I was picking my prices. I was picking how long they would work with me. I was learning all these different ways to sign clients, and I was like, wow, making money. The only way to make money is not to go to university, get a job, and do that step-by-step process. This is a way too, and I like this way. It's hard. It's a little bit hard. I'm learning a lot about myself. I have to get over my social anxiety. I have to do all the things that I do, but it's working. And that was enough for me to go all in. But you guys, with every and Blank Hole, you might relate to this when I say, ironically, I graduated med school, but I left it pursuing my goals. Wow. That's incredible. I don't know if you watch Ali, I think his name's Ali Abdal. I don't want to like mess up his name. His name's Ali for his first name, but he's the same. He's the same as you. He graduated med school and then he was a doctor and he went all in. Yeah, he went all in on his business and like his YouTube entrepreneurship. So, yeah, that's amazing. Wow, you graduated med school and then left it. Wow. That's incredible. You can tell when someone is high achieving and goes to med school. Yeah, that's 9 years cut off. Yeah. It's almost like it reminds me a little bit about people who stay in relationships but don't leave because they're afraid of all the history left behind. It's obviously not exactly the same, but it's kind of like that, right? Like what everyone said to me, and I'm sure you can relate to it because you're like double the amount of time or triple. They were like, you're going to just throw the 3 years away. Like, you can easily, I heard that over and over again. You could go back and just finish it. Just finish the degree. Just do it. And I'm like, no, like, there is no back door. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. Also, don't take advice from people who don't even have a degree, you know? Yeah. Like, they say that because they want to protect you and they want to keep you safe, but the truth is they probably don't fully understand and see your passion and see what's possible as much as you do. So that's totally fair, right? They're trying to keep you safe. But you have to, but what I wanted to like close out by saying is every single step in your entrepreneurial journey, it's going to get a little bit harder, because once you've achieved something and you know what you're capable of, the stakes almost become higher. So it almost becomes a little bit harder to create the next step, to create the results you desire. If you want to increase your income as a entrepreneur, or maybe you want to create a new program, or maybe you want to whatever it is in that next step that you desire to do or want to do, there's going to be another phase where you feel like you're starting all over again. It's going to feel like you're starting all over again. It's going to feel like how you felt when you first were like, let me just see what happens. But it's almost even harder. But when you accept that that's going to be part of the journey and that's going to be part of the process, and you have to go back to that delusional energy you had when you first started to make it happen, it will be so much easier to make it happen. Every entrepreneur is going to have a step or going to have a point in their journey where they have to get uncomfortable again. They have to go through something again. And it's like, I just did the hard work. I have to do it again. And it's like, yes, yeah, you do. You do. You have to get uncomfortable. You have to do something new. And what you want to make happen, it's not going to happen until you allow that to be there. The whole point and the whole way you can be an entrepreneur and continue to be that entrepreneur is by holding the duality. It's like, yeah, it's scary. Yeah, it's fearful. You feel the fear, but do you do it anyway? Every step of the process, do you do it anyway? Do you see the doubt? Do you see the fear? Do you see the worries? And do you look at them and say, hey, cool. Yeah. Thanks for being here. I'm going to go do this anyway. You can come or you can stay. It's up to you, but I'm going to do it no matter what. That's what it is. Every single step of the journey, every single point. That's what it was when I decided to drop all of my classes out of my schedule and go all in. And that's what it is right now when I am up leveling and changing my business structure a little bit and I'm trying to make these brand new goals happen. It's the same concept. It's the same concept. Exactly. That's what caught me with your story. Cool. Awesome. That's really good to know. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, that's exactly what happened. The mindset is needed no matter what you feel like. Exactly. Because it's very easy to stop. It's so much easier to quit. It's really easy. Yeah, it's really easy to quit. But you can't. We're entrepreneurs. Okay, thank you for hopping on live and chatting with me today. And thank you for everyone watching the replay for coming in and being here. Leave a comment below if you have any questions around this topic. And blank hole if you have any last minute questions. Your inner self would get you hundreds of reasons to stop, 100%. There will always be reasons to not do it. There will always be doubts. Always. Listen to blank hole. There will always be reasons. Okay. I will see you guys next week. Same place, same time. I will be around next lives. You are welcome to come blank hole every single week. I will see you then. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.